Hello friends, this video on current electricity part 26 is brought to you by examfear.com. No more fear from exam. Please make sure that you have watched all the videos till part 25 before going ahead with this one. This is also a very useful method which helps us to calculate equivalent resistance of complicated circuits. So before I look at the problem, before I look at the circuit in the problem, let me tell you what is delta star transformation. Delta star transformation tells that if you have any circuit of this form, let us suppose if you have a circuit in this pattern, this is in the shape of delta, right? So you can transform a delta into a star. Let us suppose this circuit has resistances. Let us say there is a delta circuit which has resistances R1, R2, R3. So you can convert this delta circuit into a star circuit. How? You can transform this circuit into this pattern. This circuit can be transformed to this pattern. The three resistances can be transformed in this pattern such that this resistance, that means the resistance here, will be equal to the product of these two resistances, that is R1, R2, divided by sum of all the three resistances. Similarly, the resistance here, that is the resistance here. So the resistance which comes in between the two resistances, those two resistances will be the product. For example, here this resistance comes between R2 and R3, right? So it will be, this will be equal to R2, R3 divided by R1 plus R2 plus R3. Similarly, the value of this resistance will be what? It comes between what? R1 and R3. So this will be equal to R1, R3 divided by R1 plus R2 plus R3, right? So these three values, if you can convert this delta into a star such that the values of these three resistance will be the values which I indicated here. So this is known as delta star transformation, because sometimes it happens that in complicated circuits you just cannot solve the equivalent resistance with the help of current distribution, because the circuit looks so very complicated that we are not even able to determine how the current will get distributed in different arms in the circuit. So in those cases, these kind of rules help us a lot. So now we will look at a problem where we will use this delta star transformation. Let us suppose we have this circuit and we have to calculate the equivalent resistance between these 2 points. Let us say this is point A and this is point B. Now you must be thinking that this looks like a Wheatstone bridge, so why not apply Wheatstone bridge? But wait, I haven't mentioned the value of the resistance here. Let us suppose this is of 2 ohms. This is of 1 ohm, this is of 2 ohm, this is of 1 ohm and this is of 2 ohm. By looking at this figure, the first thing that will strike your mind is the Wheatstone bridge. Now if you quickly apply the rule of Wheatstone bridge, that is R1 by R2, that is 2, and R3 by R4, that is 1 by 2. That means R1 by R2 is not equal to R3 by R4. Therefore, the bridge is not balanced here. Now, if the bridge is not balanced, then we cannot apply the rule of the Wheatstone bridge, right? So this is basically, this delta star transformation is also an alternative method to solve problems where the Wheatstone bridge is not balanced. Okay, so for scenarios where the bridge is not balanced, you can take help of this delta star transformation. If you see here, you have two deltas here. This is one delta, this is another delta. So what we can do is we can transform one delta into a star and see if that helps us. So if we transform this delta into a star, that means we can transform this like this. Instead of this delta, we transform it into a star like this. In that case, how will my circuit look like? The circuit will become somewhat like this. Now we will not have these three. Instead of these three, we will have these. So now your circuit will become like this, right? So instead of this delta, now I have this star. So let us put the values. So what will be the value of this one, this arm, that is this arm. This arm comes between this and this. So this will be 1 into 2 divided by 1 plus 2 plus 2, right? This is 1, this is 2, this is 2. So what will be the value of this arm? This arm comes between 1 and 2. So this will also be 1 into 2 divided by 1 plus 2 plus 2. What will be the value of this arm? This arm comes between 2 and 2. So this will be 2 into 2 divided by 1 plus 2 plus 2. So that means we got a circuit like this. So this is 2, this is 1, this is 2 by 5, this is again 2 by 5, and this is 4 by 5. So now do you think it is easy to calculate the equivalent resistance between points A and B? Yes, it is relatively simpler now because this 2 and 2 by 5 are in series. Similarly, 1 and 4 by 5 are in series. So what we can do, that means these two are in series. Similarly, these two are also in series. So we can further reduce the circuit like this. Instead of 2 and 2 by 5, we replace them with one resistance. So what will be the resistance of this? This will be 2 plus 2 by 5. So this will become what? It will be 2 plus 2 by 5. So 2 plus 2 by 5 becomes 12 by 5. So this will be 12 by 5. Similarly, what will be this resistance? It will be 1 plus 4 by 5. So 1 plus 4 by 5 becomes 9 by 5. Then you have this 2 by 5 and this is your point B. So now you have 12 by 5 and 9 by 5 in parallel. So what will be the equivalent resistance of that? So you replace 12 by 5 and 9 by 5 and calculate their equivalent resistance. Let us call that resistance as R1. Let us call this as R1. R1 is the equivalent resistance of 12 by 5 and 9 by 5, which will be in series with 2 by 5. Right? So let us calculate R1 here. R1 is nothing but 12 by 5 in parallel with 9 by 5. That is 1 by R1 is equal to 5 by 12 plus 5 by 9. So that comes out to be therefore the equivalent resistance becomes the parallel combination of these two. As I mentioned in the previous slide, there was 12 by 5 and 9 by 5. This was in series with 2 by 5, right? This was my scenario. So now what happens, this parallel combination, you can replace it with their equivalent resistance. Let us say this is 2 by 5 and this is R1, where R1 is the parallel combination of 12 by 5 and 9 by 5. So we can say 1 by R1 is equal to 5 by 12 plus 5 by 9. So this comes out to be 35 by 36. Therefore, the value of R1 comes to be 36 by 35 ohms. So therefore, R equivalent becomes series combination of R1 and 2 by 5. So R1 is 36 by 35 plus 2 by 5. So this comes out to be 50 by 35, which is equal to 10 by 7 ohms. So this 10 by 7 ohms is the equivalent resistance of this circuit. So this is how we used the delta star transformation method in this problem. So delta star transformation helps us to transform a delta into a star. But it is very much important that you put correct values of the resistances on the arms of the star, right? And this method can be used as an alternative method to Wheatstone. It can be used as a method to unbalanced Wheatstone bridge. So, thank you. Please visit examfear.com to watch free educational videos, try free online tests, get the best quality study materials, study from the best tutors and mentors, and much more. Thank you once again.